I'm here with Red Sox prospect James Tibbs. So, just to start out, how's the last week been for you or so since the Devers trade?
Yeah, I mean, hearing Red Sox prospects still kind of it's still kind of new to me. Been a long couple weeks, man. Like trying to get used to everything, get acclimated to the new group, the new org. You know how things roll here are different than how they were with the Giants, and so trying to get used to kind of the philosophies, the mindsets, learn new signs, learn new all sorts of stuff, right? So. It's been a good process. The guys here have been phenomenal with helping me, and the coaching staff and the organization have been really encouraging and really helpful so far. And so that's been a huge blessing for me, and just helping everything go as smooth as possible. So it's been nice for sure.
And what have you learned about yourself throughout this process? Just like going through all these new changes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is just that the Lord provides. Like, I'm, I'm a believer in the fact that the Lord has a a purpose for me that's it's better than what I can imagine for myself, and so relying on Him and giving Him the glory and giving Him the ability to just lead me in everything that's going on. It's been a huge part, and I can't lie to you. I don't know how well it would be without Him. So I'm very thankful for the way the Lord's just provided and given me peace and joy and the ability just to play the game. I wouldn't be here without Him. So.
Yeah, definitely got to be grateful for all the blessings, and just to be able to play a kid's game and everything. You got to think about those simple things sometimes. When these changes come, but especially for you, you played in the Cape Cod League. Curious what your reaction was like when you found out that you were going to be able to play back in the New England area.
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited. Like, this place it's meant a lot to me being up here and being in the Cape, and I had such a blast being up, there and in Brewster, and so it was really. It was kind of a breath of fresh air and some relief to come back to a place that I'm somewhat familiar with, and I'm familiar with the fan base and how much they care about the Red Sox, and obviously people are going to have mixed opinions on me, which is I get it, I totally understand, but man, like I'm thankful to be in this organization and to be given a shot to do what I love to do. Like every day is a gift, and I don't take that for granted at all.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, being involved in a trade with a guy like Rafael Devers, how do you really try to just focus on, your play on the field and not allow that outside stuff to really, dictate like how you play?
Yeah, I mean, people are going to have mixed opinions, right? Like I've been a sports fan my whole life. I grew up in Atlanta, so I've seen trades and things go down that I wasn't happy with, and I as a sports fan, like I understand it. Like so none of that is lost on me. But I'm still a human being. Like I still have a family, I have friends, I have a life. I still have the emotions that go along with all this stuff, and obviously like it was sad leaving those guys. Like I had a good group of friends out there, and really enjoyed being out there. And so, I think people, sometimes it's lost on people the fact that like, we're still human beings with emotion, and obviously like. I get the opinions, and I completely understand it. But my hope is that I change those opinions. My hope is that I prove to people that I'm a resilient guy that can play the game at a high level and can give it all I got, because that's what I'm going to do for this organization and for this group of guys.
And why should Red Sox fans be excited about what James Tibbs can bring to the organization?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just think that I'm gonna be a team guy. I'm gonna be resilient. I'm gonna play hard. Like. It's not gonna. It's nothing's going to affect me. Like I'm gonna continue to play my game every single night, and hopefully I can bring some fireworks to the field. As much as I can.
And for you, you've played a lot of your time in the outfield. Which position do you feel most comfortable out there?
Wherever they put me, it doesn't matter to me. First base, outfield, I really don't care. Just let me be on the field, man. Like that's all I want is a chance to play, and I think that regardless of where it is or whatever they decide for me. I'm just happy to be out on the field. So tell me where to go and give me a glove and a bat, and I'll be ready to roll.
And how did you feel when you got first base reps over there? Had you played at all? Like when's the last time you played first base over there?
So it's been 2 years. Played first base most of my sophomore year of college, and then a lot growing up. So I'm very familiar with it. Obviously, I had to work out some kinks as far as getting back in the groove of things and getting getting my confidence back over there. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment for sure. But I love first base. I love the outfield. Like wherever's going to give me a spot to play in the game, like, I could care less. I really could.
And another guy that you have past experience with who recently has been learning first base is Christian Campbell, also in the organization. I read that you guys actually went to rival high schools, and curious sort of what your first impression of him was like, and when maybe saw him and was like, all right, that's going to be a big leaguer.
So I actually played with him from 8 or 9 to 16. So he was a teammate growing up for a long time, and first time I ever saw him, he was playing with one of the other teams in our organization, and made a diving Superman catch at 8 years old, and I was like, all right, this kid's legit.
Yeah.
And I guess my 8-year-old self was pretty right in that fact. So obviously a great guy and a really good family, and so excited to be back in the same org as him. And my best friend is Will Turner, who's with Greenville too. So just really cool to see guys that I know and familiar with, and that means a lot to me as much as anything, because I get a little bit of inside information from those guys and how everything works and rolls, and that's something that most people can't say. So
I was actually just going to ask you about Will, just because like it's nice, obviously, having some people that you're familiar with within this new organization with all the changes. What did he kind of tell you about like joining the Red Sox?
Yeah, so I actually just got off the phone with him, but
Awesome.
after I talked to Breslow, our GM, the next call I got was Will. So I talked to my parents, and talked to Breslow, and then talked to Will, and just excited, man. Like he obviously filled me in with a lot of stuff and let me know a lot of information and gave me kind of the ropes of kind of how things run, what they're looking for, what they're looking to do, and obviously I spent a lot of time with them in the off season as well, so kind of got an idea of how things roll here, and it definitely was a huge help. Like, I'm going to take anything I can get as far as kind of trying to get as comfortable as I can as fast as I can. So was excited for sure to kind of learn some things from him.
That's awesome. And then just like last two things for you, going into this season, I was just curious if you had anything that you were in particular trying to work on, and kind of how like that has progressed over this season in terms of just continuing to develop and be 1% better every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it sounds kind of crazy, but like I've had some swing issues kind of throughout the last year or so since I got to pro ball, and still really haven't completely figured it out, and that's part of the game. It's part of just trying to figure out ways to compete, and so continuing to nurture the swing, find ways to get better, find ways to get back to myself, and continue to grow. Like, I only feel like I'm going to get better and better as I continue to work on things and the way that my swing's going, and I feel like I'm still finding a way to go out there and compete every night, which has been huge. And, you go from there. So I'm hoping to continue to have a really good second half and hopefully build on the things we've worked on so far, and continue to kind of get back to the true version of the swing that I know and love. So feel good about it though, and just excited to be here, man. It's super cool.
And last thing for you, you brought up that excitement just to be back in Boston, to be back in the area. How excited are you to be able to play at Fenway Park? I read that that's a place that you've always wanted to play. So seeing that could be potentially your future home stadium, how does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, really cool. We in the Cape, they do a showcase day at Fenway, and it actually got canceled as I was on deck to hit BP on the field. So never got a chance to hit BP at Fenway, and I was like, Coach, I talked to Chev, our coach at Brewster. It's like, Chev, no way they're going to cancel. It's like, I still got to hit. Like, I got to hit here. And he's like, man, you're going to have to find a way back. So it's really, really, it's a testament to the Lord and just the full circle, that's kind of come about. And the chance to call Fenway home and be a Red Sox is not lost on me. Like, I understand the history and the love for Boston and Boston sports, and I understand how much, this team means to, the fans around the area. And so it just makes me that much more excited for the opportunity, and I really do hope that I get a chance to make my debut in Fenway for sure.
And especially now in Portland, now you got the left field wall that you got to deal with. How has that experience been so far?
It's been great, man. Like, the coaches, the players, like, everybody's been so welcoming and helpful, and just really helping me get acclimated as soon as I can, which has been huge. And I think that obviously Portland's got a pretty big wall, and it's I think it might be a little bit taller or a little bit farther out, but man, it's been cool. Like, just a different place, and seeing different people, and get to see old people and old people that I know and new people that I get to meet. Like, it's been such a blast, and I'm really excited to be here.